up on Mountain News this morning, 3 arrests were made this week in connection to the murder of Amber Spradlin. And one organization continues to help stroke victims rehabilitate their lives.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We're coming up on 5:30 this Wednesday morning, and our first alert weather day continues. So let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
And good morning, Madison. Good morning, everyone. The reason why the first alert weather day continues is the potential for additional thunderstorm activity, which will be on the stronger side, maybe severe later today, more so as we head through this evening. This encompasses the entire Commonwealth with a level 2 slight risk for severe weather. And one of the elements at play besides the damaging thunderstorm wind gusts, and we know this fire drill after the last couple of months, heavy rainfall. And it's a level 2 slight risk for excessive rainfall. Jackson Hazard, Middlesboro points west and northwest. Outside our door this morning, visibility not too bad, 66, and there's a few areas of fog that have developed, so please keep that in mind. Not only 66 here in Hazard, but also at Manchester, 70 at Moorhead, 64 at Jonesville. Pinpoint Doppler radar, the showers have ended up dissipating. The complex out toward Norton is tracked away from you, and as we go ahead and check out the planner for today, we'll look for any fog to burn off to a partly sunny sky. We'll keep an eye on the radar this morning and again late this afternoon to this evening, a high of 89. Your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. After more than 1 year, arrests have been made in the Amber Spradlin murder case, bringing her family and supporters to the Floyd County Courthouse yesterday. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there as it all unfolded.
On behalf of the family, thank you sincerely.
It is a day Amber Spradlin's family wasn't sure they would ever see.
There's been plenty of times that I did lose hope just because it took so long to get to where we are, and I knew it was difficult because of the 3 main players in the murder were refusing to talk.
3 men were arrested Tuesday in connection to Spradlin's June 18th, 2023 murder.
She had just finally gotten to that point where she was spreading her wings and living her adult life and making her own way in life, and they murdered her.
Dentist and business owner Michael McKinney was arrested in Prestonsburg, brought to the Floyd County Detention Center with 23-year-old Josh Square Mullins.
Is there anything either of you'd like to say?
Both indicted with 7 counts of complicity to tamper with physical evidence. McKinney's son, Michael Kent, or M.K. McKinney, was arrested in Rowan County, indicted with the same tampering counts and 1 count of murder.
Because they felt like they could do this and just toss it away and go on with life like nothing else, like nothing had ever happened. So I want them to know that they can't. We're going to keep Amber's memory alive.
In the indictments, Kentucky State Police detectives claim M.K. McKinney killed Spradlin with a knife before he and the other men worked to clean up and destroy evidence in the home where they all live.
At least if we can keep M.K. in jail. He's a dangerous person. He doesn't need to be out in the community with people.
Now Spradlin's family hopes to see convictions, saying the community will not rest until the truth is out and the men are locked up.
These 3 people refused to talk or say anything from the very beginning, so they might be willing to talk now that it's real to them.
With supporters gathering at a news conference Tuesday to continue the journey for justice.
And they want to see justice, and they've kept me going and kept the whole family motivated and kept our spirits up. So.
Amber's cousin Debbie Hall hopes Wednesday's arraignment provides the needed steps toward answers and accountability. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Hall continues to voice her concerns about the moving of the 911 dispatch center, saying she wants to see things reversed before someone else goes through what Amber experienced, calling for a change in the county. Now let's recap the timeline of events that led to these arrests. On June 18th of last year, Amber Spradlin was found stabbed to death in a home in the Arkansas Creek community. A few months later, in September of last year, the Floyd County Fiscal Court asked for a special prosecutor for the case. The Attorney General's office declined that request in the same month. In February of this year, the Spradlin's family put up signs along the highway in Prestonsburg and Allen seeking answers in her death. Early last month, Spradlin's family filed a civil complaint naming the people the family claims to be responsible for Spradlin's death. That led us to yesterday, when Dr. Michael McKinney, M.K. McKinney, and Josh Mullins were arrested in connection to the case. A Morgan County man is accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend. An arrest citation says Jeremy Schroffnagel is charged with murder and fetal homicide. Police say he confessed to killing his girlfriend, Shannon Dustin, after an argument. The citation says he strangled her and cut her throat with a knife. He's being held in the Rowan County Detention Center. In Ohio, father and son were arrested Friday afternoon for an apparent road rage incident in an intersection outside of Love's Truck Stop in Corbin. In this video, you can see 26-year-old Jacob Harness get out of his car and throw the driver of the truck behind him to the ground. He is followed by his father, 53-year-old James Harness, who grabbed a pistol out of his truck and fired several shots. This is the second road rage shooting in Laurel County in less than a month. AAA spokesperson Lori Weaver Hawkins says these incidents have increased by more than 400% in the United States since 2014.
You should never get behind the wheel of your vehicle when your emotions are heightened, no matter whether it's anger or sadness or anxiety. That will promote these bad driving behaviors, unfortunately. So those are things to be mindful of.
She says people should focus on their own driving and only honk in instances when it is absolutely necessary, not out of frustration. A Floyd County man is scheduled for a preliminary hearing after reportedly assaulting a fellow inmate. Police say Christopher Hayden was found strangling and hitting another inmate at the Leslie County Detention Center. Hayden was scheduled for a preliminary hearing in Leslie County District Court on Tuesday, but that has been pushed back to August 13th. A man has been arrested for attempted murder out of Mingo County, West Virginia. West Virginia State Police say 25-year-old Aaron Mahone cut a victim's neck with a knife. It happened in the Upper Bias area near Del Barton. The victim was flown to a Huntington hospital. We do not have an update on the victim's condition. Mahone was taken to the Southwestern Regional Jail. A Rockcastle County man is facing charges following an investigation where he was downloading sexually explicit images of minors to an online social media account. KSP's electronic crime branch arrested 25-year-old Stephen Blevins in a child sex abuse materials investigation. He was charged with 20 counts of possessing matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor under the age of 12. A Nicholasville man and a Corbin woman were sentenced for conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. 42-year-old Bradley Lawson was sentenced to 180 months and 39-year-old Amy Johnson was sentenced to 68 months. In 2022, Lawson obtained meth for resale to distribute it in the Laurel and Whitley counties. Law enforcement discovered 2 pounds of meth and found Lawson with a loaded firearm. Both Lawson and Johnson had prior federal drug felony convictions. Lawson received an additional 12-month sentence for violating supervised release. A Laurel County woman is facing charges after police found a pipe and a straw with meth residue on it. While in the process of entering a security checkpoint at the Laurel County Judicial Center Monday, police found the item on 25-year-old Kristen Bowman. Police later determined Bowman was under the influence. She was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. As our 2024 campaign coverage continues. We are keeping a close eye on Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Last night, CBS News is listing Beshear as one of the top 5 potential candidates for Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate. The others are Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. We spoke with Lexington Herald leader political reporter Austin Horn about the potential that our governor could join the Harris campaign.
I think a lot of people have interpreted it as good news for Andy Beshear should he want to make that step, and it certainly seems like he wants to make that step. Generally speaking, he's not among the first 2 mentioned in this process. For most outlets, most people in the know, that's Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. But he is certainly in that tier of people who are believed to be seriously considered.
CBS News has learned Harris will begin formal interviews of potential VPs this week, with an announcement expected by Monday. Baptist Health Corbin is continuing to help those experiencing a stroke. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares the importance of early detection and how healthcare professionals are furthering their impact.
When people come into the emergency room and might be experiencing a stroke, healthcare professionals must work hard and fast to treat them.
Because you don't want the stroke to progress, and if there's an opportunity to quickly treat that patient, which is what we strive for here, quickly treat that patient and preserve further injury to their brain.
Baptist Health Corbin recently received the American Heart Association's Get With the Guidelines Silver Award for rural stroke care. Executive Director of Nursing Teresa Cobb says it shows the hard work of their emergency room staff.
This is certainly a reflection of our stroke response team at the hospital and their combined efforts to quickly manage the care of a stroke patient, a patient that presents to our ER with symptoms of a stroke.
Chief Nursing Officer and Vice President Sherry Mays says keeping up to date with treatments and drugs is important.
As new drugs come out, our neurologists stay on top of those drugs so that we can try. We've actually changed our clot busting drug once already to a newer drug so that it's more efficient and works a little bit better than the other drugs. So that's how we keep up with the technology.
Saying in their community, they take care of their neighbors.
In a rural area, it's your friends, your family that you're caring for. And so that desire to improve their outcomes, to quickly be able to meet their needs and, be able to care for them at home in our community.
In Corbin, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Cobb says it is important to remember the BFAST acronym of balance, eyes, face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call 911. Still to come, one of the world's biggest R&B stars will soon be hitting the big screen with a movie of his own.
And the satellite radar composite showing things are mainly quiet across the Commonwealth. We did track a heavier burst of rain departing Norton a little while ago. We're keeping an eye on this complex, though. What will this mean? We'll let you know. Your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast is coming up right after this.